everyone, welcome back to Crystal TV. Wole Soyinka have put mouth in this Fubara suspension, the political crisis in Rivers State. According to him, he said Tinubu's suspension of Governor Fubara is over excessive use of power. He equally said that Fubara should be in court now, negotiating and to reinstate himself back to the government of Rivers State. Also, Dele Farotimi equally advised youth that the only way Tinubu can be removed from the office is for the youth to make up their minds that enough is enough. Coalition of disgruntled politicians can never remove him. Do you understand? So at least youth have started 30 days round challenge, and so many things have been happening to the extent that even the government have pleaded on the citizens that they should stop lambasting, they should stop insulting the people that are ruling them. They should stop insulting the politicians. Guy, when I saw the video, I was so shocked. I said, look at these people. And even Tinubu said that you people should stop talking. Even to the extent that say Tinubu have to use mic to say that his father is the best father of the whole world, that the insult is too much, this and that. How come, my people? I will allow you guys to watch the rest of the video. And if you finish, you never subscribe. Kindly do where to subscribe. Subscription and Facebook make you watch our updates. And feel free to drop your opinion in the comment section.
This situation is actually a few days old. I was watching what action will be taken by the House of Assembly, by Senate, and even by the affected politicians in Rivers State, whom I expect to be in the court by now, because above the president himself, there's the law, and I expect those who are affected to take the primary step. Let me confess that I was surprised at the ease with which this emergency law, that step, was applauded and passed. And then the critical question, even within the powers of a president under democratic dispensation, there are areas of discretion. And you're quite right to point out this wholesale suspension of everything. Government. I think that's an over excessive response within the rights and the powers. We're assuming now, let's say that the president is constitutionally right, but within his powers, there are also areas of discretion, and I think that the wholesale scuttling of the democratic existence in the rivers was excessive. I think it could have been managed much better, much more economically. I think the president did not sort of curb the extent. He didn't economize on his presidential emergency powers. On that issue, I agree with you absolutely. There's an issue of the Constitution. Is the president's action constitutional? And I hope the affected politicians, governor and representatives, that they test this all the way up so that we get a clearer picture once and for all. Instead of running around in circles from regime to regime, it should be possible by now for one to be able to say confidently that this action is illegal, is unconstitutional, or otherwise. So for now, we can only leave it to the constitutional lawyers to guide us. Now, the next question is it politically wise? In my view, this takes us on a slippery slope. It's not what I would have liked to see happen right now with all our struggle to attain a federal structure. The spirit of it, in my view, is contrary to the spirit of federalism. Now, it's very carefully and deliberately, because this does not vitiate maybe the rightness of the action. It does not establish the wrongness. But with my commitment to a genuine federal structure, when an event like this happens, I say we're back on the slippery slope. And I hope that it is tested all the way, because as I've said, we've been through this before under different regimes. It's either we have a decentralized federalist structure, or we have a quasi-dictatorial whimsical kind of government which just panders to the political leaning of whoever happens to be in charge at the moment. So that's my take on it. Obviously, I'm going to go deeper and find out just what on earth has been going on in the real estate that led to this, what I consider an unfortunate step in our federalist journey.
I don't believe that Tinubu cannot be removed from office, but I don't believe that that will be achieved because a coalition of disgruntled politicians came together to decree it. It will only happen when the people come to the knowledge of the fact that power resides with them. It is in that knowledge that they can work to remove the APC. The blight that has overtaken our land can never be removed on account of politicians cross-carpeting up and down the place. In any case, when have you ever heard Nigerian politicians quarreling over substantive issues of policy or anything of the sort?
Ideology, no.
Never. The only time they quarrel is when they can't share the loot in their preferred fashion. So that PDP or Pupupu or this one or that one, I'm not interested in coalitions of politicians. I would love to see Nigerians realigning across the length and breadth of Nigeria, awakening to the fact that this is their country, they have no other one, and they are the ones who would have to save it. Organizing themselves to resist the burgeoning impunity that has overtaken our country. That will give me hope. But talking about politicians aligning, forming this or forming that coalition, I just see it as more of the same old nonsense. I don't see that birthing any change of any sort.
Yeah, I mean, staying on the.
I have an immense belief in the capacity of the Nigerian to do anything to which they have set their minds. Nigerians are ingenious. The only thing we cannot achieve are the things that we have not set ourselves to. When Nigerians decide that this is the way they want to proceed, almost always they go in that exact direction and they get what they set out to get. You find Nigerian teenagers, male and female, crossing the Sahara into